Hi, I'm Jonathan with Kaizen Homes.
And I'm Abby with Kaizen Homes. And we are excited to be at the International Builders Show 2026 in Orlando. So we're at the IBS International Builders Show in Orlando, and for Kaizen Homes, this is practically an annual visit. One of the reasons why we come here is, yes, we can network. We can meet vendors that we work with regularly, and it's a way that we can be current on what the best products are out there and what's coming onto the market in the building industry.
Yeah, I mean, we want to know the best practices of building a house, whether it's water management, solar, water fixtures, light fixtures. This is the place to be to get all of that information and learn from some of the best in the industry.
Hey everybody, Abby here with Kaizen Homes, and we're here at the IBS show in Orlando, and we are here at the Job Tread booth. We're really excited to talk to Eric. By the way, congratulations on the 10,000 customers.
Thank you.
We wanted to give you guys a little inside look as to what it might look like to work with Job Tread as a customer of a custom home builder.
You know, we have built Job Tread very intentionally to help builders and contractors to better manage their businesses, to be able to scale and deliver exceptional customer experiences. You know, one of the biggest challenges that we see with construction is just the intricate details. They're very complex. There's a lot of moving parts. You've got to orchestrate everything from the financial aspect to the scheduling aspect to the client and all of the experience, getting everything done on time, on budget. It's a big challenge, but we have developed Job Tread to give these builders a tool to help them to be able to better manage their projects. And so we have a lot of resources that are available to the contractors, but also to the end user, the homeowner who is going through this project. We want to give you the ability to have transparency, to be able to see your schedule, where you're at, see all the progress photos, what's happening, any communications. It's all centralized into one place so that you can make all those decisions and keep that job flowing so that you guys can have a very successful outcome.
Job Tread is integral in the experience as a client. We use this so that you have transparency in your schedule, you have transparency in your budget, you have transparency in what's happening on the job site daily. Everything goes in Job Tread, and that's where we can find anything that we need to talk about that project. So thanks for your time today, Eric. I know you've been super busy this week at the show, but congratulations again. And we really look forward to the partnership with Job Tread and Kaizen Homes.
It's our pleasure. We're so glad to work with you. Appreciate you all really setting this new standard, representing to all the other contractors out there. Like, this is what great contractors look like. This is how we need to elevate the industry as a whole, is by delivering great customer experiences, giving them that transparency, building that trust so that people out there know, like, contracting can be a great experience. It does exist. It's all about finding the right contractors who are committed to doing right by you. They're organized, they're tracking their jobs, and they're delivering those great experiences. So thank you for raising that bar for everyone else out there and being a great role model.
Hey, this is Jonathan with Kaizen Homes, and we're at the International Builders Show with Aquafire.
You know, this is a really amazing product. This is the pretty much the only fireplace in the industry that you can really place anywhere. What you've got going on is units that are 100% running off of water, and to the point where they're completely safe. There's no risk of burn. There's no heat, so you can run them year round. Aquafire is really special in this industry as it's the leader in the space, and it actually has a bunch of features you don't find anywhere else. First and foremost, you're going to notice that the flames are actually as real and lifelike to what a gas or wood-burning fireplace would present as. There's a nice flow to that flame, a nice flicker to that flame. That visual representation is there. And to top it all off, you've got over 20 different colors that you can play around with throughout the entire line.
So Darren, you mentioned something about running these indoors, and at Kaizen Homes, we build happy and healthy homes. And one of the things about a fireplace is the off-gassing and what it creates for the environment.
Sure.
So this is a really great option to run, and not to mention being able to run this year-round.
Absolutely. And when it comes to the actual install aspect, you're happy because you're not running gas lines, you're not running vent, you are showing up, you're popping this fireplace into a frame-to-finish structure, and you're calling it a day.
So Darren, as a builder, if I want to make sure that I'm going to get the most visibility and the best install of this, what are the things that I'm going to pay attention to?
When you are using a water vapor fireplace, you are shooting lights vertically up against water vapor, okay? So to answer your questions, the best way to install one of these, the further back you can recess this water vapor fireplace, the better, as it will encapsulate as much light in the cavity, and it will stay in the cavity. And I always like to use a specific phrase to best help builders. The width and height that you would like the viewing area of your fireplace, your cavity itself should be wider and taller for a best case scenario. And that will actually help you retain as much light into the cavity as possible.
Hey everybody, I'm Abby with Kaizen Homes, and we are at the Trex booth with Doug. He's going to tell us about some of their decking and some of their new stuff that they're offering this year.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet everybody. Let's start by talking about our fasteners. Not only do we have the decking, but we've got all the fasteners to be able to attach that down. We've got the hidden fasteners, so you can put that in between. You can go down the lines. We can get color match for the decking. We can also have the plugs to go on top of that. So even on those borders or different areas, you won't see any of the screws. We've got it for the fascia also.
Nice.
We also have it for our enhanced decking, which we have the only plugs and screw system available to put the plugs on top and attach our enhanced.
Awesome. So it gives it a very seamless and clean look.
Seamless, you don't see any fasteners. And that's really what everybody wants to go outside on their deck. They want that interior feel to go outside. We've got all the fasteners to be able to show that. So it's a clean, really pristine finish.
Now we're looking at the different styles of railings that they offer. This is really great. In the Asheville area where Kaizen Homes works primarily, we have all different designs of architecture. So we can work with Trex, they can help us with the design, and then we can really match the design with maybe some of these different types of railings. So can you tell us what different lines of railing you're offering?
We've always had some railing, but we've really come out the last couple of years and saying, you know what, we've got the breadth of railings. So we're going to go through that aluminum, through that steel, through that composite. We're going to have them all for depending on what design you want to go for. You can look at our signature X series, which is our top end. You'll have the frameless glass. You'll have our cable rail. You've got our signature brand, which is also our top aluminum, which will get more into the traditional black balusters. You'll get into the mesh that we have, and you've got the rod rail.
And so this is more of the top of the line, right?
Absolutely.
And then we have other options over here.
This will get more into your composite rails. You get into our Transcend here. You get into our Select, which is a little more traditional, maybe going towards that vinyl tier to compete with. We've got our mesh still available within that composite line. We've got our mid-tier aluminum Trex Select, and then we've got our steel, which is Trex Enhance, okay? Those two systems right there come in panelized systems.
Okay.
You buy the post, the brackets are already attached to it. So you just buy the panel, you cut it to your length, and you set it in. Super easy installation.
One of the key factors here is easy installation, makes the job efficient. And we like easy when it comes to building houses.
By all means, the easier we can make it for you and your crews, the better, the more apt everybody's going to choose our railings.
Absolutely. Hey everybody, Abby here with Kaizen Homes, and we are now at the Residio booth. And I'm here with JD. We're talking about some of the products that they offer under their brand. Kaizen Homes does use the products here, mostly thermostats. But what we're really interested in today is learning about some of their new products. And you've been telling me a little bit about how these products can all connect together. So can you talk about some of those products and how they all can connect?
There's been really 4 to 5 major components that builders have put in. We call them kind of the cornerstones of the smart home, right? Thermostat is typically the number one. Everybody wants a thermostat that's connected so I can control my temperature and my comfort and make sure it's right when I get home. Or if I'm away, on vacation, I want to make sure things are right. The second one has really been the video doorbell. Video doorbells are in a large percentage of homes today. If I move into a home, it's almost an expectation today that a doorbell is in there. The third thing is a smart lock. Almost everybody wants a smart lock so they can, I can let people in when I'm gone, I can control, and I can also see who's been in the home. The fourth is a smart garage door opener, especially now with programs where I can let packages go into my garage and things like that.
Right.
And really the fifth is from a safety standpoint, are your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. So every home by code has to have those devices placed throughout the home to meet requirements by both UL and local codes. Now we make devices that can replace one of those detectors and make the entire loop smart. So if I'm away and I have a pet at home and there's a smoke alarm, I want to be able to call 911 immediately versus waiting for my neighbor to call the police because they see smoke coming out of my house, right? So those 5 elements have really become the cornerstone of the smart home. And again, we take those and tie them all together into that single place. Homeowners, especially new homeowners, want to feel really comfortable in their homes, and moisture is one of the biggest factors that can determine what that home feels like. A whole house dehumidifier is one of the best ways to control moisture. This particular unit does both ventilation and dehumidification. So this unit will both pull the moisture out of the recycled air. So as your systems run, it looks for the humidity reading. It takes the moisture down to the appropriate level. And then as you call for ventilation, so that's bringing fresh air from outside into the home, it also conditions that air. So you're not dumping really humid air into the home without conditioning it. So to control this device today, you have an onboard controller that can be moved anywhere on the device. So one thing about a unit of this size is it can be hard to fit the exact same way in every application. We made the actual manifold where it can go different directions. So if I have to turn this thing to make it fit right in an attic, I can get it in the right direction. The second thing is we made the controller magnetic. So if this thing is facing one way and an installer doesn't have access to it, we can move this to a different part and it just magnetically sticks to the device. One more important feature is these things are pulling moisture out of the air, right? It's very important if you do have a leak for some reason, to be able to detect that water is there. So this cord plugs into the back of the unit. So if moisture gets on this cord anywhere, it's going to tell this unit and shut itself down. So it quits pulling moisture out and quits causing some type of an issue, right? This is a very good addition to this unit just to kind of self-diagnose any moisture related issues.
Kaizen Homes is a huge Schluter Systems fan. We're going to talk about waterproofing today, and Chris from Schluter Systems is going to help talk about what they do at Schluter, how they keep the homes waterproof, and show us how they design some of the showers and how they help us as builders.
As far as building a shower is concerned, there are really two approaches to building a shower, a modern shower. You have kind of the traditional shower, which what we would call a two-stage drain. It's a water in, water out system. You can be very successful utilizing that technology. However, there are steps to installation that need to be ensured that sometimes we don't see in real-world environments. What we're showing you is a bonded system. So what's unique about this is that all of the waterproofing, this topical waterproofing, is done up above. So everything above our waterproofing stays wet, everything below it stays dry. That is the unique functionality that allows us to put heat in the shower. The real magic of how this system comes together is we're relying on the thinset themselves. So as the Portland particles hydrate, they grow tentacles and they actually grow into the fleece that we have on our membrane. So it becomes one completely cohesive bonded system where you don't have some of the challenges that mixing different technologies might bring to the table. We do have the ability to extend and pack on these things, and as we walk around the booth, you'll see the lighted niches where we've basically taken our shower and now just integrated a lighting component and brought that out. So we can stack things on to really build anything you can dream of. If you can dream it, we can build it. So Abby, just like what we were talking about earlier, the question came up of how do we integrate other components or how do we stack onto the system? So that brings us right to here. So this is our lighted niche. So you can see this is already waterproof out of the factory, but it's a very simple system. It comes with the track. This will mortar in place right where the tile assembly goes in, and then the light itself. All these parts and pieces are compatible with each other. They've been tested, they've been approved, and they'll integrate right nicely into the shower. What you're seeing here is obviously our light niches family. You're seeing the little bit of corner pieces. Those are fairly new for us. The beauty is that it's just cleaning up the look, right? It gets you a more precise finish than trying to do it by hand. You're seeing an application of a floor warming system in here. You're seeing a drain integrated in there. And as we step around, you'll actually see a lot more in the rough phases where we have a fully built shower without the tile on it, without the skin. Around the corner here, what you're gonna see is our design wall. So we're really excited this year. We're releasing new design patterns and new design grades. A lot more colors are coming. You can see it again integrating with all of our profiles. Our point drains are over there, and then our shower components. So one of the really cool things is that we can go anywhere tile goes, so we're not just limited to the bathroom spaces. So if you look at the wall shelf there on the right-hand side, folks have integrated that wall shelf into a kitchen backsplash. In the box right behind you are the 4 new releases for crate finishes. So folks have been asking for some more design options. So we listened to your requests, and there they are.
That's awesome.
Got Dan from GE that's going to talk to us about their whole home water systems and how they can be beneficial to our houses.
Absolutely. So this is our 4th generation heat pump water heater. So the latest one we've got here is the most energy efficient product on the market today. It comes in with an efficiency of 4.5. To put that in perspective, standard electric water heaters are around 0.93.
Wow.
In layman's terms, what that means is standard electric, every dollar you spend in energy, you get 93 cents of hot water back. With this one, for every dollar you spend, you get $4.50 of hot water back.
And so I see up here we've got a smart valve.
Absolutely, yeah. This is part of our leak detection system that we've got that comes with this product, so that if you're concerned about anything in there about getting wet, if it detects any water on the floor, what it does, it sends a signal back to the product. The product then will shut off the valve here, and you will cut off the flow of anything downstream on the hot water side.
I think there's some other features in here. You have a mixing valve in here?
Absolutely, yeah. So the mixing valve that we've got incorporated on these models, it's basically, we talked about it as flex capacity. What flex capacity does for us is it gets you up to 60% more usable hot water out of the exact same tank.
So you're saying if I have an 80-gallon hot water heater, I can get like 100 gallons of usage out of that at a time?
Even better than that. Wow. So if you buy one of our 80-gallon heat pump water heaters and you use that flexible capacity feature, that same tank would be equivalent to about 130 gallons.
Wow.
So it's a lot of hot water.
Excellent.
Another one of the offerings that we've got here. So the water softener here, it's a salt-based system, whole home style system, but similar to what we've got on the water heater, this also has whole home shutoff as well.
Excellent.
So if this detects any kind of leak in the house, this will send you an alert to say, hey, I'm sensing something's running too longer than normal. And here's actually the shutoff valve up here.
Excellent.
So a fantastic product to actually protect everything else downstream in your home.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about how you integrate all of these products digitally?
Digitally, we use this an app called Smart HQ. So it's just one app. You're not loading up a lot of additional apps. And I will say the app actually opens up additional features on some of these products too.
Wow, that's great. So these are some really interesting products that we look forward to offering for our homeowners and make your house that more energy efficient and perform better. So thank you for your time today, Dan.
You're quite welcome.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, yeah. Hey, this is Jonathan with Kaizen Homes, and we're at the International Builders Show in Orlando with our friend TJ from Huber. It's one of our favorite products. We've been using Huber for going on 14 years now, so we know firsthand that they stand behind their product.
Yeah, so we'll start with Exicor. It's been out for about, going on 5 or 6 years now. What this product's really meant for and used for is to replace your wet laid gypcrete. And this gets laid right over your subflooring panels. Gives you that fire rated properties and sound deadening properties as well. So great product for that type of application.
I mentioned that in North Carolina, for every 1,000 square foot of flooring system, we have to have a fire rated barrier there. So this product really would work for us, where we don't have to do the whole thing,
right,
but this can fit that application. These are the Advantex. There's 2 different versions here that he's going to tell us about.
First, Advantex started this whole value add premium subflooring category. Advantech over here has got a 500-day no sanding guarantees, and Advantech X Factor is a level up on that subflooring panels. These panels are interchangeable, but the difference in the colors is really how we talk about it internally as zip wall and zip roof. This is what started our building science, track now, which everyone's heading towards.
Yeah, we've even noticed that it's just easier to bring this one over because it's interchangeable and you don't have to worry about one versus the other, and the guys can just be more efficient with using the product. So we've come over here to the flashing center, which is really, really important because we know that water management is one of the most important things when building a home and keeping it safe, secure, and last for a long time.
Yeah, so we've got a plethora of accessories in the Zip System profile. The tape is really the magic of the whole system. It's an acrylic-backed adhesive. So for tough to flash applications, whether it be pipe penetrations or your sill pans and your windows, stretch tape, one piece can get that done for you. You just want to lay it down in that sill here. Get you 4 inches of coverage on the actual plate, 2 inches of coverage onto the face of the zip. And then you could pretty much press that into the corner here. And then the fun part is really just seeing the magic of how that stretch tape conforms around that corner. So it's a really good product as far as getting this flashing detail done with one piece.
So here we are, and they've got zips. It's a rain screen. This helps your siding and your sheathing to last longer by having an air barrier in the back. So can you tell us a little bit more about the product?
Yeah, this is really best practice with any type of siding that you might be using. I think it really shows its value with reservoir claddings such as stucco or adhered stone. Those type of claddings really soak up water. And so we want to make sure we're protecting your wall assembly. And to do that, what a rain screen does is it gives you that 1/4 inch gap with this entangled mesh here that's going to sit up against your sheathing. And it's going to allow water, if it does get behind your siding, it'll allow it to drain out and allows air to ventilate up through the top. So it does dry out that assembly over time and makes your whole assembly last longer.
Excellent.
So it's been a long week. You guys have seen a lot of footage with some of the vendors we work with, some of the products that we love.
Yeah, we're so excited to see the new Schluter profiles with the customizable colors, the GE water heater.
Aquafire, Fireplaces.
Oh my, can't wait to put one of those in your house.
So if you want more information about anything that we have offering from Kaizen Homes, go to khbuilt.com. There you can find our contact information. You can see all of our social, and you can follow along with our newsletter and anything else you need to learn about Kaizen Homes.
Yeah, contact us today to get started with your project.